Saturday, May 16th. Some words from Matthew chapter 6. When you pray, don't be like the hypocrites who love to pray publicly on street corners and in the synagogues where everyone can see them. I tell you the truth, that is all the reward they will ever get. But when you pray, go away by yourself, shut the door behind you, and pray to your Father in private. Then your Father who sees everything will reward you. Well, it may seem that in times like this, that ought to be really simple. And maybe for David and I it is, because there's only the two of us in the house. We've got no excuse, really. But if you've got a house full of children, or maybe you're working full time but at home, then it's not that simple. And we have to get creative to find ways to make that space. I remember reading about Susanna Wesley, John Wesley's mother, who had a whole host of children and needed to find space because she was a woman of prayer. But she found a way. She used her apron. And when she wanted to spend time with God, she pulled the apron over her head in her favourite chair, and woe betide anyone who disturbed her. She found a way. Let me read you some words by Gerard Kelly about that passage in Matthew. In Orthodox tradition, a poustinia is a small hut or cave, often in a private garden, set aside for prayer. A pocket-sized cathedral, a 24/7 prayer room for one. The poustinia becomes a fixed space in which to know God's presence. It's not that God isn't present elsewhere, but it helps to have a special place to seek him. Mobile phone signals are everywhere, but you need a handset in the right place to receive. Have you experimented with such a place? Are there images or icons, sounds or smells, special settings that help you know God's presence? The writer Dylan Thomas used to ask his wife to lock him into his boathouse, into the writing room, and not to let him out until he'd written something. Where can you lock yourself away to meet with God? Lockdown might seem like a simple answer, but it's not always so. And if we try too hard to wait or to make the space perfect, it doesn't always work. A while ago, when my youngest daughter moved out, the spare bedroom was going to be free. And so I thought, I know, I'll have a quiet room. Her bed had been broken. She'd left it behind. So we got rid of the base, put the mattress on the floor. I bought some throws. I bought some cushions. I put a bedside table there. Got some candles. Got a cassette player. How old am I? A cassette player. Get my iPhone or your radio there ready to play just the right music to get you in the mood. I got some prayer books, and I'd done this over several days until I'm almost sure I heard God say, "Tracy, will you just sit down and talk to me?" Sometimes we can worry too much about the space, whereas it's the action that counts. My prayer is that you will find the right space to meet with God. Listen to what Gerard Kelly says. May I rest, God, in the thickness of your mercy, in the substance of your love may I abide. Let me not rise from this safe place too soon. That's his twittergy. Let me not rise from this safe place too soon. I pray you find the moment. I pray you find the space that enables you to connect with God. Don't worry about it too much. Just do it. Just sit down and chat with God. He will be waiting. That's my thought for today. See you tomorrow.